Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Laura. I'm Nina. Thank you for meeting with me today. First of all, I just want to start off with everything that you say here is confidential and it's a safe space for you to share. Also, just know that with confidentiality also comes exceptions. So, like if you are a threat to yourself or others, I would have to disclose information about you to keep everyone and yourself safe included. Okay, so to begin, can you tell me what brought you here today?
Thank you, Nina. Yes. Well, I've just been feeling really stressed out and really overwhelmed and tired. I work a lot with kids and I just feel really and like kids and families and I just feel really overwhelmed and burdened and yeah, I don't know. I just thought that maybe I needed some help, someone to talk to.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is like you're feeling very stressed with your work. Can you tell me like what about it makes you feel overwhelmed and tired and stressed?
Yeah, I just think it's like really sad. Like I do supervise visits with kids in foster care and their birth parents. And so I have this one case in particular that is just really heavy on my heart. And I just feel like the parent isn't a good parent and that I just want to take the kid away from their parent. I mean, obviously they're not with their parent anymore, but just like even away from like the resource caregivers. And so I guess I'm just really struggling with doing my job well and like abiding by the rules and like not confidentiality, but like the rules that um, my job requires of me, right? Just because I feel so strongly and connected to this one child.
Well, it seems like you how you said you're very strongly connected with this child in this case. Can you tell me like how like what about the case makes you feel strongly connected to them?
Yeah, so there's just like I don't know, I just really understand the child. I think there's a lot of similarities. Like I see a lot of myself in this child and like my own childhood and so it's really hard to stay professional for me sometimes. I can tell that my like emotions really get involved and I'm not as like objective as I normally am. Because I am usually pretty good at this job and like good at like being objective and good at like separating my emotions and like profession and being professional and like doing my job correctly, which is to make ensure the safety of the child while also ensuring that the parent and the birth parent and the child get to have that positive experience together. Um, so yeah, I just noticed that like the line is starting to get a little blurred for me. And I know it's because I'm really stressed out too. So I know there's like external factors as well, like school and like other things that are happening in my life. But yeah, I just really connect with this kid and I really feel um, deep empathy for them. I understand where they're coming from. And I just feel like yeah, I don't know, that they should just not see their parent anymore, which is like the whole purpose of my job. So I feel very conflicted.
Mhm. I understand. Like I can hear like the conflicting like the blurring of lines between like you wanting to make sure that you're doing your job, also to like you having great empathy for the child, but also to understanding like you're very stressed as well. So that also blurs the lines between those feelings. So can you talk to me like how like you do self-care also to like, like because it feels like what I'm getting from you is that you're very stressed and like this job is obviously very stressful to you. So like how do you practice self-care?
Yeah, I mean, my work talks a lot about self-care and about like, you know, taking care of yourself and vicarious trauma and like paying attention like to how you're feeling. But honestly, I just feel like I'm burnt out and I don't really do self-care. I don't have time for self-care. So I kind of think it's like not a real thing, self-care, you know? Like, does it work?
Well, I think along the lines of that, it's like finding something that you feel works for you. So what are like some things like you can do like even if you don't consider it self-care, like something that relaxes you?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I really like to run. I think that I mean, I don't think it's fun, but I just enjoy, I think, moving my body and I enjoy the, I don't know, just like how it releases tension for me. I enjoy the activity of it. it's like something to do and it works my body and I can tell that I feel better afterwards. Like I just kind of boost my mood a little bit. So, but I just haven't done that because I've been so busy and stressed and I'd rather like sleep that extra 45 minutes in the morning versus, going for a run. So,
Mhm. Okay, Laura. Thank you so much for sharing all of the things that you're going through. And I'm sorry to cut our time a little short, but we are getting closer to the end. So I think just to wrap it up, I think some of the things you can think about for our next session is um, what are some ways you can regulate your emotions through maybe like running and like maybe like also too how you can designate more time to practice more self-care, like maybe like set like on the weekends, like, oh, do like a 45-minute run or an hour run to release that tension that you're feeling from the stress that you're going through at work.
thanks, Tina. That's a great idea. I will try, but I look forward to seeing you again.
You too. Thank you so much. And stop.